it's Saturday. You know, it's good. It's the weekend for the people that are working. Sorry for you, and for the people that have got time off. And it's the weekend, so it's 2 days off as well as school holidays. Man, this is so good. Everyone's excited. I'm excited. And I've got plenty of MCOC-based news to talk about. Some stuff that I am a little bit behind on, but that's how life goes. You can't always be current when you're trying to have a busy time. So, yeah. Enough talking, let's get into the news. First story is all about the new Uncollected Crystal. Now, I didn't cover this midweek when it kind of like broke, but the fact is, just to clarify the situation, that if you haven't got the title of Uncollected or the Grandmaster's Favor or whatever from Act 5 Chapter 2, and obviously you may be at lower level and kind of going, well, what is this all about? You just basically have to complete Act 5 Chapter 2 to get a Uncollected Crystal. Within the Uncollected Crystal, you get all these lovely things. And at my level in the game, I should really be getting Act 5 Chapter 2 done as soon as possible. Hasn't been able to be achieved by myself because I've just been busy. Life's busy. So I do need to get this. I feel that the need is to get these lovely items because they're going to be incredibly helpful for me kind of keeping up to date with my current roster, getting a bit of luck. You know, all this stuff is incredibly helpful. You know, getting the chance to get potentially 3,600 Alpha 2, you know, Catalyst Fragments. That is going to be great. Units can be helpful, but it's potentially, well, you know, potentially getting a 4-star could mean that you get a character duped, which is going to be great. But what character that is and what kind of pull for them, will it be under the 4-star pool even? That's something that we don't really know. So that would be incredibly great to get something. Hey, you know, that's another chance for another 4-star. That could be another opportunity to kind of, you know, save up and kind of spend for Summoner Advancement. What is it going to be with regards to points for Summoner Advancement? We will find out next week. So that is going to be quite cool. And yeah, I think that this is the right thing. This is kind of the moving on stage from Act 5 Chapter 2 to get an opportunity for something a bit more substantial. So it's great. Our next story is all about the secret update. There was an update that came in for a lot of, well, I got it on the Android, but I didn't get it for the iPhone because obviously I run 2 devices. This message came in from a lot of people. Kind of made a big kind of fuss of it on the forum. There's a big amount of comments and views. I think like 2,000 like views and like a load of comments. But it was responded to like, why did we get this update? And Kabam Mike says, hey all, what you're seeing is an update that is not available to all players at this time. We are currently running a beta test with some users for a potential feature we may release in the future. A lot of people were going, oh, is this bases? If you have any feedback or are seeing any issues arise, please let us know. Your feedback and information helps us improve this development process, and any additional details you wish to provide us will further aid us in our work. If you're a player that is noticing some missing assets or blank spaces, this should resolve itself after session or 2. You may want to try restarting the app as well. So that's the kind of the info based on that. And to give you an idea, because what I did was I screenshot a lot of these kind of updates. It's like the update is quite funny. They put little kind of elements of comedy within them. So yeah, Kabam had a bit of like fun with these updates. I haven't seen these before, so I thought they were quite funny. Reconstructing Catalyst, enraging Bruce Banner, doing whatever a spider can, helping Cap understand that reference, sharpening Guillotine's sword, ignoring Deadpool, taking over Shield from the inside, Hydra reference, and then hailing Hydra. We've then got trying to lift Mjolnir, I can't say it properly, figuring out which one is the real Loki, coming up with 12% of a plan. Kabam, don't sell yourself too short. You know, last year you could only come up with 11%. Hoarding all the tier 4 class catalysts, combining Deadpool with other champions. They are taking the mick out of themselves now. Making hosts of Hogarth Hori. Okay, rebooting Cerebro, updating Modoc's operating system, and I think that's the final one, loading web cartridges. So yeah, like a bit of fun there with those things. I thought that was quite humorous by their touch. So yeah, I don't know what to expect with this update. I haven't seen anything on my Android phone that's different in any kind of way. They find it a bit kind of like slow, but I couldn't find any features of whatever they're meant to be. Maybe I need to look a little bit more harder, but definitely haven't been instructed about doing any kind of feedback with it. So don't know how this really works. More communication maybe needs to be given in the future, if for whatever reason I have got that. If you've had that, then please put a comment below and let people know like what kind of features are you seeing change, because that would really help out the community. Maybe we can cover it in a following video. Our next story is all about Dr. Octavius as well as Green Goblin's abilities have been leaked, and I'll put a link to this video in the description below. Very fresh, like these kind of like abilities and the way that these champions will be working will be good. They will be different, and that's the thing, Kabam. That's commendable. They are adapting to the situation. They're being different in what they do, so that's kind of exciting, because we don't really want to see rehashes. We want to see fresh ideas, excitement, and a lot of these new characters that are coming in seem to have very different abilities in the way that one would play them, and that ain't half bad. There's lots of interesting things when it comes to the way Dr. Octavius has like certain stealing things. I love this, like, the idea behind its extensive power steals. So I'll go through this in more detail in another video, because this is just kind of like putting it into a news section. But the idea behind different sciences and the way it kind of impacts on the enemy as well as positively affects you is cool. It is different. Green Goblin is all about utilizing his abilities. Obviously, it's Norman Osborn, it's not Harry Osborn, so that's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. They'll probably like look to kind of like do something more in the future. That's fine with the kind of adapting Green Goblin. But from the start point, it looks like a good character. We've got a well-rounded Spider universe, which then means that we should really have padding in other areas, and it would be good to see like an Asgardian thing in the future if they're gonna then properly utilize a real kind of pool of kind of comic book character. I don't know really what to describe it, but it's a host of characters around one character, where they've done Spider-Man, the way they've done Doctor Strange, and the way they do other characters is pretty good. Green Goblin's abilities look good. I must say that power drain seems to be the way that most champions that are coming into the game seem to have. It's just to kind of reduce the amount of power the enemy gains, obviously, as well as when you go into things like Master Mode and you go to kind of even things like Alliance Quest, where you find that you need to strip down power as quickly as possible. You know, you might be facing off against a vision, and it's handy to then just get power drain on that. When it comes to like, you know, we got poison, we got shock, and incinerate. You know, you're not going to be able to take this guy up against Iceman. Iceman obviously got incredible immunities to things, so you know, if you're looking for a champion, well, it depends if it's going to be tech. If it's going to be tech, I don't really like the idea of taking a mutant against the tech. So we need to see what's going to happen with that. It could be a case that this character becomes a science. Hard to really tell, because we've not seen the kind of classes yet for this. So exciting times are ahead. A good amount of debuff effects and as well beneficial effects from both characters. Green Goblin seems more of a debuffer, and Dr. Octavius seems more of a kind of a buffer slash debuffer. So good balance there. Truly original characters coming in with regards to what they do, so that's good. So I came across this in the forum and I thought to myself, yeah, it's been a while since we saw the Healing Factor Arena, and it's been a while. It's been like 17 months since we last saw that arena in the game, and that's gutting, because Kabam could really make some money on this if they did the same thing that they did last time, where you paid and then you had the opportunity to get a load of 2-star Deadpools and 3-star Deadpools and a chance to then get into the 4-star arena. Man, it's disappointing not to see it. I know that the problem is, and this is the biggest problem, people will go full ham into that arena. So it's not going to be a case you'll see, you know, what Vulture was currently, which was a 12 million cutoff. You're going to see scores like around about 20 mil, maybe even a little, maybe between like 16 and 18 mil at cutoff. So people will have to take time off of work. They'll have to like do this over the holidays. It's like, would they have any holidays? Would this have to be like an entire weekend? And just to get that character, so it's like going to be an insane grind if that kind of arena comes back. So they would have to really box clever. There's pluses and minuses. Like, it would be good to see that arena back in. Yeah, I do agree. But the downside is, what kind of toll will it take with regards to cutoffs within the game? That is the biggest problem I think I foresee. Thing to kind of promote on Marvel Contest of Champions news is this great video by Dorky Diggity Dave, and he has this great Iceman song, as well as this is the Iceman Crystal dupe party. And I'm not going to spoil it, guys, but it is well worth you watching. And yeah, it's good. It's brilliant. It's really, really brilliant. So as always, all links are in the description below, so go and have a look at those news articles. And yeah, so I've been RichTheMan, and this has been MCOC News. If you enjoyed the news, hit that like button. Subscribe for more Marvel Contest of Champions based content. And follow me on social media as well. Link is in the description below. And see you again. Bye-bye for now.